Twin Flames, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chirishri and I have 8 cards with me today, and you need to pick a card, see whichever card resonates with you, and you need to pick the card and it will resonate with what is blocking your twin flame union at this point of time. These are Power of Love activation cards, and this is the guidebook. I'll read along with the guidebook as well after choosing the card for you. And each of the card, I have tried to keep it general because it's a pick a card reading. So you need to pick a card to understand that what is it that might be causing a blockage in your union right now. And if it resonates with you, I'll be really glad if you could leave your comments, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Well, so I'll give you some more time to decide. You can just move your hand across the cards to understand whichever card is giving you a tingling feeling, or you could just pick a card which you feel that there's a connection you feel with the card. It's completely up to you, whichever card you choose. It can be more than a card if you feel that there might be more than one reason what might be blocking you in this twin flame union right now. So close your eyes and make your decision, and then we shall proceed with the reading. And again, I'll be telling you that it's a very general reading. It might or might not resonate with you. Just don't take it hard on yourself, don't take it personal, and don't feel bad. Just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. There's nothing to worry, or there's nothing to feel bad. There's nothing to feel like, oh my god, I have to do this task, that task. I think my union is being blocked for this reason, that reason. You don't need to worry. But this might be the possible reason what is causing a blockage in your twin flame union. So I think we can start with the reading. Okay, I'll just wait for some more time till it's 3 minutes. So then we can proceed with revelation of the card. So I'll start from this order, then I'll go from this order, then come to this order. So yeah, I think we're ready to go about it, and I hope it resonates with you. I hope it helps you in your twin flame journey. So there we go, there we start. I'll be opening up the first card for you. If you have chosen the first card, the card for you is Harmony. You're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. So it might be that your twin flame union is being blocked because you are not believing in unconditional love. You're not trusting the divine partnership completely, but you are somewhere scared that it might turn out to be different. This is one of the main mistakes a lot of people make during the twin flame journey. They just tend to move away from their self-loving energy and focus more on the relationship, focus more on their ego, and they feel a sense of incompletion if they're not with their twin, because they feel that it is their ego which is being sabotaged. So in order to release the blockage, you need to, I think, abide by more of self-love, feel the oneness within, feel love within your own self, love yourself, forgive yourself for past mistakes which you actually think that you did and you shouldn't have done. There is no point lingering on to them and feeling bad about what is done. What is done cannot be undone, but you can just proceed ahead, move ahead in your life, and just not worry or cry about what is over. Rather focus on what is coming ahead in your life. I'll be reading the guidebook message for Harmony. You're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. When you sit in stillness, satisfied that your soul is on the right path and that everything is right in your world, even for a moment, it is a true gift, one you have created for yourself. Feeling balanced and harmonious on this earth plane is very difficult. When it happens, your spirit soars, yet it takes work. Yet it takes work on your part. But that's what you signed up for when you agreed to incarnate here. Creating order in the tumultuous physical dimension is like walking in a tightrope. Your constant awareness is keeping your balance while dealing with the obstacles in your path. The good news is that the more you practice, the easier it becomes. If something within your being is out of balance, it will come to the surface of your awareness to give you the opportunity to be explored further and understood more deeply. Realize that some things that might upset your equilibrium originate from your outside you and are beyond your control. But to have control over your inner self, always remember to approach life with an attitude of love, compassion, and empathy. When you are at peace with yourself, it is easier to be peace with everything else. I hope it resonated with you. So we move on to the second card. Second card, if you have chosen this card, it is transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. You are transforming. You have been childish, maybe you have been moody, maybe you have been really dissipated with your life, maybe you just hated your life the way it was, maybe your career was in a topsy-turvy situation, maybe you were not understanding your true self and actually going through a lot of ups and downs because of that. There might have been humiliations, there might have been things in your life which you hated, there might have been, of course, the energy of the divine masculine was like a very full of ups and downs situation where he was not really clear about his statements and showcase of emotions, and that also caused you to be sabotaged and you just hated it. And that is one of the reasons you have tried to feel that your life will never really transform, but you felt that your life has become stagnant, and because of the stagnancy and the static feeling in your life, you just hated it and you just wanted a change. You were never really happy. You were not really, your gratitude and you had been less because you were more complaining and whining about what is going wrong than focusing on what was going right. I think the energy for you is that you need to stop being worried and anxious about what will happen in the future, but focus on what you have right now, and so it should thus be. I'll read out the reading from the book for transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. This lifetime is a part of progression of your soul. The conscious thought that you are aware of right at this moment is forever a part of evolution of your divine self. Just as a caterpillar eventually becomes a butterfly, you too are slowly awakening to your true birthright as a spiritual being. As you go through this awakening, others will see your light and feel your love. The soul-to-soul connection raises your vibration, allowing transformation to occur at even quicker pace. Like attracts like, so be sure that the energy you are sending out is positive. Negative energies coming back to you will slow your growth. As you advance into new awareness of yourself, it is very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, and even within yourself. The material things in your life won't carry the same emotional attachment that they used to. Your relationship to yourself and others, your understanding of your place in the universe will change. You will come to realize just how important you are in the grand scheme of things. There are finite number of soul experiencing this art dimension at this time, and you are one of them. your contributions matter more than you'll ever know. So don't worry. That is the main message for you. So those who have chosen this card, the card number 3, I'll put that for you. Responsibility. You are running away from responsibility because you think it's too much to take. I have a lot of more things to worry about, and on top of this, I am not being able to understand like whether I'll be a good partner, whether I'll be able to be successful enough in my life, whether I'll be able to make it. I mean, you just messed up right now. You just do not understand that you feel that it's a lot of responsibility, and you have all the burden of this world in your head, and you're like always purging, you're meditating, you're anxious, and you're like desperate somewhere because you think that it's a lot of responsibility. I mean, don't take it seriously. Take it as love. Love is serious with its beauty and its hilarious sides, with its fun, with its easygoing nature. Love is water. Love is formless. Love just flows. You need to let it flow. You need to flow and ease down. You don't need to feel that you have all the responsibility in your mind and just have all the burden in you, and do not really feel that. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So, okay. So, responsibility is one important thing. Yeah, you are responsible. You are responsible, and that you deserve. That's why you are in this journey. You need to understand that you are a beautiful human and you deserve it. All the responsibility, all that has been given to you by God. God has given it to you because God feels that you deserve it in every way. So I'll read out the message to you. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Thoughts are energy, they are real, and they don't just belong to you. It is your responsibility to pattern your thoughts to reflect the highest levels of compassion and benevolence. As a responsible soul, you know that the totality of conscious thoughts creates reality. To be sure to do your part. Thoughts emanate from you constantly, and it is incumbent on you to make sure that the energy you are projecting is loving. This is the crux of being mindful. You must practice constant vigilance so that negative, hurtful, spiteful thoughts that start to form are nipped in your bud. Compassion and empathy are great tools to use as filters of your thinking. Before you project a judgment, realize that you have little to not conscious awareness and what motivates around. When you make this connection, your every choice and virtually every other aspect of your life is based on the ideals of brother and sisterhood. Responsible people live by example and teach others through inspiration. The great responsibility that comes with power is knowing that you've come back to earth to elevate consciousness in physical dimension. Ask yourself throughout the day, am I making the world a better place? So next card for you. Detachment. You are releasing the old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. There has been a sense of detachment in you with the ideals of love. For example, you might have been possessive in the past, and that's really your nature. You might be possessive. You might be a person who wants to cling on to things, cling on to relationship. I mean, I don't think that's completely wrong. You can be possessive. Being nagging, pestering, and being obsessed is wrong. But possessiveness, I don't think is wrong. I mean, you are scared of attachment. You're scared that if you show attachment, if you show love, if you show compassion, the person might be running away because that's uncool somewhere. So you are detaching from there, and you are like more or less behaving like a person you are not, and you're just trying to change your versions and ideas of love, versions and ideas of the thought of the process of relationship in a different way, in a way which most of the people think around you, but you are detaching from your uniqueness. That is causing your blockage. Detachment. You're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. As an evolution soul, you're coming ever closer to realization love in all the many facets of your being. When you can release past situation and hurts, you are not only giving yourself the freedom to progress on your path, but you are also liberating the other souls involved. By disengaging, you are letting the universe take away uncertainty, doubt, and regret. And when these negative emotions are gone, you have the power to replace them with hope, belief, and contentment. Detachment also assists in bringing you back to your center, and it creates a sense of calm and stillness. By being in your state of equilibrium, you are not making an admission of failure or giving in. The attitude is one common sense of open-mindedness. In this state, it makes it much easier to evaluate life objectively, with the realization that you are in charge of your own choices and destiny. On a daily basis, the universe will test you in order to bring you or force you to a neutral state in all things. When you're truly in the space, the everyday occurrences you label as good and bad don't have the impact they normally would, because your mind is balanced and at peace. Remember, dear soul, you don't own any of it. You are borrowing it for a short time. So, next card. What might be actually affecting your union? Respect. You value everyone's unique perspective and on the path of love. You are too judgmental about your doing. You're always correcting the other person. You're always finding. You might be a masculine. I'm not just being judgmental, but yeah, it's a common trait that the masculines often overanalyze and often analyze the feminine. They keep on reflecting us back to what we are not, and which causes a lot of times a feeling of disrespect. So respect, to be respected, it's an old saying. So if you respect the other person a little and step into their shoes, you'll feel that why your union is being blocked. You value everyone's unique perspectives on the path through love. It is important for you to remember that everyone in this physical dimension has their own journey, filled with struggles and obstacles that are different from yours. They choose their life blueprint just as you chose yours. It is not your job to judge how they discovered their own way to love. Rather, it is your job to encourage them. By showing respect, you earn respect. When someone comes into your space, they are immediately aware of your level of integrity and your willingness to help others. You carry yourself with certain natural strength, and people look up to you. When you receive admiration, you may become a role model, and you have the responsibility of setting an example. As a role model, you must demonstrate love in all situations and a sense of compassion in every interaction. There is no greater way to gain respect than to accept others as equals, as fellow soul traveler. So, if you chose this card, that'll be card number 6. It is cooperation. You need to cooperate a little. In your quest to manifest the energy, you realize that every person and experience has value. You need to understand that the other person also has value, and everything cannot be according to your will. You have to understand that to be in relationship with a person, you need to also understand the differences other than what are common between the two of you, because you guys have been raised in different cultures, have different lifestyles, have had different past experiences. You cannot be hard on a person just because you know that the person is your twin flame and is not exactly the same, because your twin flame is not exactly you. He is your mirror. He's always bringing you to your real self, and you're also bringing the other person to their real self. But this can cause a lot of rift. The twin flame is your reflection, but not exactly you. I repeat. So you need to cooperate to understand that you might be really hard on them, or you're being hard on yourself. You're over analyzing and overthinking the situation. Cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. When you are receptive to the input, opinions, and values of others, you broaden your Earth School perspective. Someone else's point of view is one of the most valuable teachers you can experience during your time in physical dimension. It is through the cooperative spirit in which you have the dynamic give and take that the two halves then become one whole. Cooperating and honoring another's opinion promotes not only friendship and social skills, but more possibilities of how to love and be loved. Often the life experiences of someone you trust can prevent you from making the same mistakes. Stubbornness and the refusal to accept guidance can lead you into a maze of wrong turns and dead ends. Never be afraid to ask for advice. We are here to help each other, so knowledge received is meant to be shared. Two heads are better than one. Okay, so if you chose card number 7, the card for you says peacefulness. You recognize the balance and kindness and love bring calmness to your soul. You're always in a lot of haste, never in peace. You're not really happy with how things are going. You just cannot find peace in the relationship because there are a lot of ups and downs. The other person is not opening up completely, and you are being childish too. You're not really, you are constantly chasing if the person is not really paying heed to you, and you are rather you just need peace. You're constantly searching for peace. You have to make peace by hook or by crook. So that is the kind of energy right now for you, which is causing the imbalance. You're never in peace. You're always complaining because you hate how you're being treated, or you're avoiding the entire circumstance because you want peace. And you think that the entire thought process of the twin flame relationship, the energy frequency, affect your peacefulness. So it might be causing a blockage in your path right now. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. It is a sad irony of life that humans can only appreciate the quality of a peaceful existence by experiencing moments of comparative turmoil and conflict. Just as you most value health after an illness, so do you feel most grateful for peace once you have encountered strife. But discord is something that you can learn to avoid. Lucky is the soul who learns this lesson quickly. Confrontation and conflict are not the energy of spirit. Most people in our world are reactors, especially when they are the recipients of any negativity. They align with an eye or for an eye than turn the other cheek. Unfortunately they don't realize that is the worst possible response they could mount. A punitive reaction instantly forces the brain into survival mode, and hormones and chemicals of self-preservation are released into the body, which attempts to rid itself of the foreign invader who broke through the calm of its normal environment. The intensity takes a toll on the mind and the body, eventually bringing about a state of disease. This is why it is imperative that you Make it a vital part of your daily ritual to return to the state of peaceful bliss and harmony as often as possible. Entering this zone of awareness automatically quiets and resets your brain. If this card often appears in your spreads, it would be wise to stick to the meditative schedule daily. Okay, so next card, last card, if you have chosen card number 8, if that is causing a blockage in your union. What do you have? Kindness. You're not being kind, you're being really mean. You are like complaining and you are hating how the energy has been throughout somewhere. Kindness. You are humanitarian, made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. You need to be kind, and you need to understand that you cannot treat a person like a trash box because they are human beings too. You need to respect to get respect. Same thing for you. You need to be a little kind if you expect life to be kind with you. You just can't be all selfish like me. But you need to also understand that there is another person in the picture who exists, who's also a human being with blood, flesh, and emotions. So yeah, there you go. You are a humanitarian made of love, and you're able to share that energy with others. A kind soul that is a part of our human lexicon for a reason. You are your gentle heart is a reservoir of kindness, and you give generously to others through encouraging words, smiles, and natural concern and support. By living in the space of kindness, you treat everyone with the utmost respect and tend to put their needs before your own. People love being in your presence because of it, and feels good to be encouraged and accepted. Kindness is demonstrating genuine compassion. It can never be false or forced because it comes from the caring, nurturing center of your being. Kindness expect nothing in return for its own regard. Because its own regard. Understand that when you share this energy, it will have a ripple effect on every person you come into contact with. Remember also that you need to be kind to yourself. Realize that you are always a work in progress. So there's the 8 cards which might be reasons of your blockage in the twin flame union. So if they resonate with you, please do comment below. Then I'll be coming up with more such reading. Thank you and keep watching.